Hi there, this is AniBusiness with your friend Simeon. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know you're watching this video because you might have been a victim, or rather you don't want to be a victim. That is why you're watching this video. To start with, there are lots of misinformation on YouTube channel that some of my fellow YouTubers have told you, and I want to correct that. You know, when it comes to fish farming, rabbit farming, pig farming, chicken farming, livestock entirely, there are a lot of things attached to it. This livestock business is not like all this double money business. I don't know if some of us are familiar with MMM, all this gambling. It's not a game of gambling or game to gamble and drop little amount of money and make huge amount of money tomorrow. It's a normal business. So if your expectations are higher than what you are doing, at the end of the day you might get discouraged. And I know it's not the fault of some of the newbies in this business. I've had a lot of calls. People call me, even recently, yesterday, 3 days ago. I still got a call from some of my diaspora subscribers telling me that they have gotten a lot of misinformation and they have jumped into what they are not supposed to jump into, or rather have done beyond what they should do at their starting point. So they were just saying, I just get to know you, and I am so happy because I get to hear and know the truth and the reality from somebody at least. You understand? When it comes to fish farming now, you will see some YouTuber will tell you you are going to spend 400,000 and you are going to make 1 million. You don't need to get carried away by that. Like I told you, this is not a game you gamble to make a huge amount of money within a short period of time. It is not possible. So in this video, I'm going to give you some guidelines on how to venture into this business, how it's not going to affect you, and how to, start successfully and grow bigger. If you are new on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever time I drop something new for you. Let me start with fish farming first. You see, I want to stock 30,000. I want to stock 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. I'm not talking to everybody. I know some of us have the money to stock this number of fish, but to some of us that doesn't have this money, and because we had information from somebody on YouTube saying you can stock 30,000, you can stock 50,000, you can stock 40,000, and you're going to spend maybe 2 million on them, or you are going to spend 3 million on them, and at the end of the day you are going to get 10 million. I am here for you, so please come closer and hear this. If you are going to stock fish, I do say at times it is not how much you stock, but how well you raise. You can stock 1,000 pieces and do far better than someone who stock 5,000 pieces. It depends on how well you raise your 1,000 pieces, the amount, the capital you used to raise them, and how much this person used to raise his or her own. You understand? So it is not how much we stock. Now, if you are going to stock 1,000 pieces of Clara's catfish presently in Nigeria, with the high cost of feed, you are just going into fish farming. If you are a newbie, you are planning to go into fish farming, don't rely on videos that my fellow YouTubers have made in 2016, in 2010, in 2015, even in 2020. There are some information that are not really helpful for you from that video because it's in the past. The quotation they are going to give you is going to be different from what we have currently now. So you need new update. So if you are going into fish farming, if you are going to stock 1,000 pieces of Claras, you are going to spend between 700 to 750,000 naira. So now somebody came to me, I want to start fish farming and I want you to give me a quotation of a concrete pond that will contain 400,000 capacity of catfish. You can imagine 400,000 capacity of catfish. And I'm this kind of person that do with doing the right thing and also giving the fish space. I give you the capacity that each pond will take, and I will give you and I'll make sure I add extra space so that your fish can grow better. They will live conveniently inside the pond. So when I did my calculation for this person, the money was big, and I gave it to this person, and this person was just like, show you the wine money, as Nigerians used to say it. But I couldn't see the person again. But 400,000 capacity is not a joke. So if you are going to spend money, you are going to spend millions of money to set up the farm. It's not a joke. I've had people that set up just a single pen for 18 million, for 16, for 20 million, for 6 million, for 10 million. And I still told this person, you want to stock 400,000 capacity of catfish. Did you know how much it will cost you to raise them to table size? He was like, no. I did the calculation for this person. It was 100 million. Yes. Because we are going to raise them to something like 5 months. Now, your Clara's catfish are going to cost you 750,000 naira per 1,000 pieces. Now, multiply 750,000 naira times 10, which represents 10,000. You can imagine how much will come out of it. So, the cost of it is what you should first of all think before you venture into it. So when they tell you you are going to spend 150 on 500 pieces of fish and you are going to get 300 or so, please, all these things are lie based. And when you stock your fish, if you want to sell, for instance, now we have hybrid, we have the Claras. Hybrid will cost you $1 million plus for 1,000 pieces. So now, what are the returns you are going to get? Because this is what majority of my subscribers ask me. The new people that are going into the business, they do ask me, so how much am I going to spend and how much am I going to gain? Now, if you spend 750,000 naira or 700,000 naira on Clara's catfish will return 20 to 30% of your capital for you. That is 20% or 30% of 750,000 naira or 700,000 naira you spend on them. It's not going to give you 100%. And your hybrid will likely give you above 50. It will give you up to 80. It will give you up to 70. Luckily, it might give you 100. That's if you raise them well. So please put this thing at the back of your mind and don't get it wrong when you are going into this business. If you see it as something you can do, do. If you don't like it, maybe you don't like the profit or the income, please don't go into it. Don't force yourself and go into it, and don't listen to wrong people, get wrong information and jump into it. You might end up getting discouraged. So it is not always how much you stock, but how well you raise them. That is that about fish. So let's come to pig farming too. You see this pig, the kind of question people throw at me is very, very funny. You understand? Now, a lot of people will call me, what if I buy pure breed of pig at 60,000 naira and I raise them? How much do you think I'm going to sell and make money from it? I can just imagine that kind of business plan. You are buying livestock, just buying a mature livestock, or let me say rather a baby livestock. You are going to rear it and you are going to sell. Baby, it's not chicken, no. When it comes to broiler, that is another thing. Chicken is another thing entirely. But when it comes to pig, you can't do that now. Chicken is a bit profitable than pig. Yes, although the cost of pig is lesser than the one of chicken. But chicken is a bit profitable than this. Even these days, market for chicken is not even doing well. The people that rear chicken this December period, not all of them sell everything finished. They still have some left. The cost of each broiler is higher that an average Nigeria cannot afford a single one. So I'm not going into that way. But when you want to go into pig business, the first thing you need to have in your mind is not to buy, rear and resell. You are not going to make money. Now you buy, you use money to raise. Maybe you buy the baby at 60,000 naira in 2 to 3 months, or rather, depending on the breed you buy, either it is pure or crossbreed. They are the one of 25, they are the one of 20, they are the one of 30. Those ones are crossbreed. It depends if they are going to grow well or not. That has nothing to do with me. I just want you to understand something now. For instance, you buy at 60,000 naira, you raise for 8 months, or rather let me say 6 months, and the pig is weighing something like 100 kg, is weighing maybe 120, or rather let me say in total 150 kg, and they are buying a kilo of pig in your area at 950 naira or 1000 naira, multiply, you are only having something like, assuming they buy 1000 naira, you're having something like 150,000 naira. Now remove the cost of buying the pig, 60,000 naira. After that, remove the cost of raising the pig for something like that 8 or 6 months. How much do you have left? Nothing. So the profitability aspect of pig farming is not when you buy, you raise and resell. It is when you buy, you raise them for production. This is it. You buy a female pig, you buy a male pig, you rear them. In 6 months to 8 months, they are matured enough to cross and produce. When they produce, if your farm is larger or if you are ready to expand your farm, the babies that come out of them, separate the male from the female. You keep the female, you raise them for production purpose. You know that the male, you cannot use it to cross the female because of inbreed. Raise the male, give them feed that will fasten their growth. I'm not talking about feed that will only give them fat. Fat is different from meat. So give them a very good feed that will fasten their growth and sell those ones for meat. Now the cost of the one you sell is not much. You did not buy that one. You produce that one from your farm. You produce it directly from you. You did not buy it from outside and raise, then you resell. You remember, you are still having your money. The money you used to buy the pig that produced that one is still on ground because you haven't sold the mother pig or the boar that you buy. You still have it in your farm, so you are not at loss. The mother pig that you bought only provide another pig for you that you raise and resell. So if you are going to now check about the profits now, you can only deduct the money at which you used to feed the newborn pig. Then the rest of the money is your profit. If not, if you are buying to raise and resell, you might not make money out of it. I don't know, maybe you understand my explanation. So if you are thinking of going into pig farming to be supplying meat, like your own purpose is just to produce meat, then think about buying to produce and not buying to raise and resell. You buy, you produce, then you sell. Not buying and raise, then you sell. And don't forget, the best way you make money from pig farming is when you sell the baby. I will explain to you. The meat aspect is not that profitable compared to selling the babies. Here is it. You imagine buying a single pig for 60,000 naira. Then maybe it costs you up to 150,000 naira. Together with the 60,000 you used to buy it to, maybe it costs you up to 120, or it costs you up to 150,000 naira to raise the pig until it gives birth. Take for instance now, the pig is pure and not crossbreed. Now the pig gives you maybe a first birth, she gives you 6. You now decide to sell, even if you don't want to place high cost on your pig, you decide to sell that each piglet maybe at 2 months. You decide to sell each piglet at 50,000 naira, and you have 6. Multiply it, 60 times or 50 times 6. You are having up to, is it not 300,000 naira? Compare it to selling the mother pig, or rather compare it to selling the boar. So you just have to have a very good target when it comes to, you see, a lot of things you watch on YouTube, you just have to be very, very careful with the kind of information you get. You're getting my point? So, and when it comes to venturing into the business and making money, you have to plan well before you go into it. So if it comes to pig farming, it is not raising for meat, it is producing for sales. So that is that about that. And if it comes to rabbit too, Rabbit is profitable. I just dropped a video about rabbits too. So it is profitable, and the profitable aspect too is when you raise for production and then you sell the babies. The market is not flowing well in Nigeria, but it is actually doing well. Market for fish is good in Nigeria, but not good enough. But there is market everywhere. The market for a pig is doing well in Nigeria in all states, but it is not highly profitable. I can't put you on that scale. Like if you put your money in it, you are going to, no, it's not like that. But at least it is something reliable, something you can do, and tomorrow is going to help you. It's going to return the money and also add extra money on top. So I can boldly tell you that you should go into it, but don't expect too much from the business. And don't forget, what you do in your area depends on what they are consuming in your area. If you are in the north and you are in the community at which the population of the people, the religion there are Muslim, you might end up not selling well if you are raising pig. I don't know, maybe you understand that. You should always check your location and what they consume in your location before you venture into any business you want to venture it, to avoid market crash. That is why I'm telling you this. If you are in the north and you are living among Muslims, maybe 80 to 90% of the people that are living there, the citizens that are living there, are Muslim. If you go into pig farming, you might not sell, because how many Christians do you have there that you want to supply the pig to? And not all the Christians might likely want to eat pig. Some may choose rabbit over them, some may choose chicken, some may choose beef, which is from cow, that is cattle over there, some may choose goat. So it is not everybody that is going to consume the pig you are producing. So you have to be very, very sensitive when it comes to starting a business too. Check the locality that you are and what they consume over there. And for fish farming, we have tilapia, we have the catfish. If you want to produce tilapia, understand if they are eating tilapia and if there is market for tilapia in your area before you go into it. Don't go into something that will later on leave you on regret at the end of the day. So that is that about my video. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please do so by subscribing to my YouTube channel and also liking this video. Thank you for watching. My name is Simeon James. If you want to reach out to me, you have the number on the screen.